So we're gonna set Braeden up here on a quad focus leg press. You can do this glute focus too. So all that is if you want a glute focus, we'd move his feet higher. We're gonna do quad focus just because Braeden and I really both program this a lot more probably for quads in this specific setup. You can see that he had the daisy chains kind of wrapped around this back post here. The reason that we have it set up like this versus just having the band single file, we have it double wrapped here. The reason that is you're gonna notice when Braeden comes to the bottom, where he's weak, right? We remember that when the knee is closed, we're weaker. There's no tension here. So there's nothing happening, the bands aren't doing anything. As he goes to push up, as he's getting stronger, so his quads are creating more force, you can see that these thick bands really start to come on. This is one of the most brutal quad exercises I think you can do. It's absolutely brutal. We were just talking a minute ago, one of the psychological reasons I like programming this, again, most people are very uncomfortable. Braeden's very seasoned, so for him to get down there, no problem, it's really easy. A lot of people don't want to hit that depth where their quad is maximally flexed because it's really hard and it creates a lot of tension and lactic acid. This allows someone to feel safe, push really hard, and even if they try to create a bunch of momentum, these bands, like 300 more pounds of band tension is going to come on. The last part that it's really good for psychologically, Braeden and I like to program continuous reps. I find that puts a lot more stress optimally on the legs and it's easier to continually progress because your metrics are standardized. When you get to the top here, even if his legs are straight, this is not super heavy for Braeden, but if it was...
This is 100% the hardest part of this movement. You don't want to stay here.
Bingo. When you get to the top, we see a lot of people get to the top with a leg press and they want to rest. This is going to prevent that because you're going to want to get out of there, but it's kind of a double-edged sword because you're like, oh, shoot, it's hard, so you get back out of it. This sucks too, so you don't want to stay there.
Yeah.
So it teaches people to continuously move through the reps, and it's just a really good, also I find that there's a lot of tension and stimulus, but not the bad kind of tension and stimulus. You don't feel your hip sockets all kind of discombobulated and your flexors all pulled funny. Just a really good way to put tension on the quads.
I can confidently say this is my favorite quad exercise.
Me too.
There is nothing that absolutely smokes my quad like the strength profile on this particular exercise, and it is horrible.
And I want to say the only way to make it worse is if you have a leg press like the gym I train at. I have a leg press that's split down the center, so I can get myself over a little bit more and right over top of my quad with a single leg in the same setup. Brutal.
Wonderful.